28 people are waiting.
Oh my God, no way.
Please
oh my God, we've been live all that time. And I hit the live button. I lit the live because YouTube have got that stupid thing. I pressed live on OBS, but YouTube have got this stupid button at the top right that says go live.
You are joking.
No, I'm not.
Please tell me people are watching this right. Can they see me waving
They
my
can
arms?
see. They can
Jason,
see you. Yeah, they can see you. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
On my screen here, I've had it as hit go live, but I was just assuming that was just a...
No, I didn't hit go live, and neither did you.
Oh, for God's... It's
all right. We've missed out on like 15 viewers in the last 20 minutes because we've not gone live.
And
Here we
do
go.
you know what, Karma Baby? So how long were you talking offline? Is the funny thing, right? Me and Jason have had
We've just had an amazing conversation.
And this is not me even BSing. We've just had for the first time an actual fantasy football conversation, and none of you heard it.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, but you just missed out on gold. Like, I just gave Steve-O advice on how to win FPL.
So what's up on screen? I mean, I'm gonna have to.
This is my -16 team.
Right, so this is gonna be a live. So for anybody that doesn't, do you want to tell everybody what we were just discussing then, James?
Right, so I've done a -16 and I plan to bench boost this week.
Flaming Nora. So yeah, he's done a -16. He's gonna bench boost. I don't have an absolute clue.
I'm captain in Madison.
This is a joke, right? This is genuinely a joke.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I mean, I'm laughing, but...
He's laughing at me, guys. He's laughing at me.
You had a really good, right, straight up. I don't want to talk about last game week because I don't care about last game week now. It's gone. We're almost at the next game week, right? So you had a really good game week.
Right.
Really good game week.
Yep.
And you've now followed up by taking a -16 to... Don't tell me who else you brought in because I don't want to... I want to see it for myself. So you brought in Chris Wood. You brought in Madison.
James Justin.
2 defenders. And you're going to be captaining Madison.
Yeah.
I think you've... I'm going to do a you that you said to me last season, or maybe this season. I think you've lost the plot. Like, nah. I'll say this right now for anybody watching. I'm gonna have to put this out on Twitter. I've just realised I need to find out. But I'm wanting everybody to go to FPL Mate's Twitter account and please like his tweet about captaining Corner.
I have to say that I was expecting a little bit more support in the chat, but everyone seems to be laughing at me. I don't appreciate the hostilities. Like -16 Madison captain seems pretty obvious.
James Justin. Why?
He's back from injury. He's playing minutes.
And he plays for Leicester.
Newcastle away, Everton away. I mean, chance of a draw, maybe a win in that game, in those two. Maybe clean sheet.
Hold on a minute here. And people aren't supporting, you know?
No. Apparently I've been drinking, says Cage Paps. Here's my keeper, Ramsdale in goal. Double Arsenal. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double game week players.
So I look at this team here and I say to myself...
Piss at me, chat.
Madison is going to play, as Karma Baby says, 120 minutes, if that. Yes, can he get attacking returns in both games? The problem is that they're in Europe, as Dredd makes the point. At the end of the day, they're not going to be taking the mick out of the Premier League or whatever. But the reality of the situation is that they're taking European League seriously. And Madison at some point is going to get benched almost certainly. James Justin, I can't really comment. Will he play both games? I don't have a clue. I know nothing about the guy other than, he was attacking, but to be honest with you, seems like a bit part player at the moment.
Nuclear Atoms said, if it was last season's Jason, I would have said he could pull it off, but not in this season's Jason. Thanks.
Who else we got here? Shah. I've got him in. Wood. I've got him in. They're my 2 transfers.
Just watch, Steve-O. I'm going to make note of this, chat. Make note of this. Lambasting my team as if I've made some grave errors.
I'll be honest with you, right? You've brought in. Are we still live? Are you still there?
Should be.
Stream dead? No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh, it's just yeah. I asked for BT to come out. Because I get like a dropout for like 5 seconds of my internet every like hour, and I've asked BT to come out 2 weeks ago, and they said they were sending an engineer.
They still haven't come.
They haven't come. So yeah, I've got one of those 4G devices that you plug in and it's supposed to, but for 5 seconds it doesn't. There's no point.
Brilliant.
Literally 5 seconds, my internet will go down. 5 seconds, and then it'll be back up again, and then it'll be fine for like an hour, or 2 hours, or 3 hours, and then at 5 seconds it'll go down, and 5 seconds it'll be back again. It's like, what's all that about?
James Justin, mate. I need to even look. I even need to look when.
So you said my team's shit. Okay, why is it shit? Why is it shit?
The transfers are rubbish.
Okay, well, what have you done? What have you done with your team?
No, let me have a look. I've done the casual move.
There you go.
I've done
boring.
The only problem that I have is that I genuinely have no idea who to captain this week. I'm kind of.
Okay, is my bench going to make up the -16?
I need to look at the screen again, don't I?
All right, okay, it's Foster and goal at home to Brentford. Robertson at home to Man United. By the way, United are going to get smashed by Liverpool. So you say bringing in Ronaldo and Bruno, I'd expect 4 or 5 points from those 2 players, probably. I'm not expecting anything from Man United. I'm sorry, they're a disgrace against Liverpool. They're going to get absolutely destroyed. So forget about that. Robertson at home to United, Justin away at Newcastle, away at Everton, and Kulusevski at home to Brighton. All good fixtures across the board there on my bench.
But that's the bench. It's who have you got rid of? You haven't even said who you've sold.
I can't remember. Nobody important. Yeah, I got rid of 2 defenders, didn't I? I got rid of Doherty and Digne.
Right, so Doherty and Digne out.
So I'll go to my transfer history and I'll read them out. So I got rid of Tierney because he's out for the season. Digne, Doherty, again another injury, and we got.
Hold on a minute. Stop there. So who did you replace with them 3?
So Shah for Newcastle, for Tierney, White for Digne.
I don't see the point in that transfer, but yeah, okay.
Maddison in for Havertz. That worked out well, that Havertz move. I just want to say that. Wood in for Gelhardt and Justin in for Doherty.
So I'm looking at Justin's minutes, and he has been playing on a regular basis
since coming back from injury.
God knows when. Chelsea at home to Arsenal. Arsenal in all sorts at the moment. Chelsea scoring goals for fun. Maddison in for Havertz, who the majority of people are agreeing, and this is not just FPL.
He's not like they're getting goals, but he's not really getting involved in them.
Yeah, he gets some fluky assists like the other day, which is just a joke. But anyway,
Havertz is a trap.
Are you saying that, or is that a member of the audience?
A statement.
Havertz is the lone striker for a Chelsea team scoring goals.
No, I don't think he's. He will score now because I've transferred him out.
He will score because he's up against Arsenal, who, like I said, are conceding goals for fun.
Well, we'll see.
And I'd expect Chelsea.
Oh, we'll see. Somebody's reading Fantasy Football Scout every day. That's what it is.
That definitely ain't me.
Steve-O, the casual.
I mean, Dan's here. Tell us, Dan. Chelsea
Dan, they're going to keep a clean sheet, aren't they? 3. Come on, Dan. I've got double Arsenal defence.
Arsenal are away at Southampton, who, I mean, I'd expect Arsenal to win that. Arsenal away at Chelsea.
Steve-O, is that a Chelsea shirt I see underneath that top?
I'm so hot.
Have you trimmed the arms off that as well?
Who was that said that the other day? Someone said that the other day.
Well, they said that to you. Oh, okay. No, it's normally Liverpool.
I think it may have been Dan.
Normally,
it was Dan.
It's normally Liverpool that's the team that Steve-O craves after. It's like when his beloved Burnley don't do well, it's Liverpool. It's like, oh, Liverpool, oh, they're amazing.
Oh yeah, now Burnley have got rid of Sean Dyche.
Oh yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
Bizarre timing.
I expect relegation.
Well, we were going to get relegated anyway, but the thing is, in all seriousness, is that the end of the day, it wasn't
mathematically guaranteed, but
it wasn't. But we lose to Norwich, and I said it on the stream at the time. We lose this game, we're gone, and we lose 2-0. It's pathetic. We're terrible. We're so bad. But
on the bright side,
we've got rid of Dyche, which means that we could play a midfield of McNeil. Sorry, the strike force of Cornet, Vidra, with McNeil on the left-hand side, which would be great. So
Weghorst is worth keeping then?
I would not be. I'm begrudgingly keeping him. And I mean begrudgingly. And if I do bring in Cancelo, which I'm still 50-50 over, I'm benching Weghorst and playing Cancelo.
Right.
Simple as it gets. I mean, Burnley losing Dyche is not exactly that bad. I think it's just the timing and the way it's happened. The Twitter space I was briefly listening into about it, they reckon that what happened was Ben Mee was clearly... I mean, we've all been in jobs where we haven't liked a manager and the manager is actually causing the issues with the staff. And the only way to get rid of this manager is like one of the main guys speaks up to his boss and explains their grievances. So apparently the rumour is Ben Mee did that. And then it looks like the board have just, or whoever has said, right, we need to have a meeting with Sean Dyche. Dyche is, the way he is clearly got angry at the fact that Ben Mee's gone behind his back. The players have gone behind his back. And they've basically just said, we've had a complaint about you. What's going on, Sean? We can see that we're in a dire straits at the moment. Can we turn it around? In my opinion, he's just being his normal positive self and saying, yeah, we can turn it around, but we're restricted at the moment and it's going to be very, very difficult. And I just think that something's gone on behind the scenes for them just to go, yeah, you're out the door, you're fired. Like like I said, you take it, even in I can't go into details, but there are of very recent times where 3 or 4 members of staff were fired over things in which the company take is gross misconduct. And of course the rumor mills start going into overdrive and these people were fired, whether it was right or wrong. It's gross misconduct at the end of the day. They're out the door. And clearly something has happened behind the scenes with Dyche where they've gone, this is unacceptable. You're going to have to pack your bags. I mean, I spoke briefly with my uncle and I agree with my uncle, yeah, so what? He's gone. We thank him for everything he's done for us, but the last 2 or 3 seasons have been we've just been literally hanging on by a shoestring in the Premier League. And then this season has just been an absolute abomination. I mean, I don't really watch Burnley because they're never on TV, but whenever I do, and ironically, it's been the last 2 streams that we've done, Burnley have been on TV. It has been, although ironically, they actually played really well against Norwich, but they still lost, which is a common theme with Burnley. We play well and we still lose. And that Norwich result was a disaster.
You play well against teams, you've had a history of playing well against the bigger teams and then struggling against the mid-table. 9
players behind the ball. We don't counter-attack.
But you've been... It's always been about the type of football. It's been physical. It's been about counter-attacking, short passing plays on the counter-attack, and at least it wasn't lump it forward sort of counter-attack. At least it wasn't every man behind the ball, lump it forward and hope for the best. It wasn't like you're seeing Burnley doing that week in, week out, that's the worst type of football. I have to admit, that is awful. They had some good performances under Dyche. I mean, the question is, who they get in, the style of football, do they know how to play any other type of football?
Well, this is the thing. Like when McNeil seems to be this is my point. When you have Vidra playing up front, it just gives a bit of a different style of play where he's actually chasing the ball down. He wants to bring players into play and everything, and does something. Whereas with Weghorst at the moment, it's just I can't even hold a ball up, let alone get a touch of the ball. And you can see Cornet's. I mean, he missed an absolute sitter the other. I mean, it was an absolute sitter. I mean, we were 2-0 down still, but there's something about Cornet, which he's a winner. He reminds me a bit like when I watched St. Maximin, really. The only difference is that Cornet can get a shot on target. But I don't know why. I have no idea why McNeil wasn't being played. But I know the way Dyche is. It's if you're not performing in training, or if I've heard something behind the scenes which, isn't right for this club, I will drop you. And he always rewards play. He always rewards players for doing really well in training, and if they're performing in matches and stuff, he'll give them a good run out. It's once they start putting a foot wrong, hence with Weghorst being taken off after 55 minutes, because Dyche can see, you're just not doing what I need you to do. And at that point, it's a case of then the next match, which would have been West Ham, I think Vidra would have started anyway. I don't even think Weghorst would have started even if Dyche was there. I mean, it was the 2 or 3-0 loss to Brentford. My uncle was telling me that's when he should have been gone out the door. He should have, because apparently our performance against Brentford that day was absolutely abysmal. In fact, it was in game week 29 we lost 2-0. Apparently we were absolutely atrocious. And I think at that point there was like a winter break or something. I was even reading Football 365 and they were saying why don't they do it after they I think it was after the Brentford game, but certainly after one particular game where there was like a 2 or 3 week break to get it done then. But now we're definitely down. Everton are just going to continue plodding away. Their home form is actually really, really good. They don't really get beaten heavily at all at home. It's pretty. I said to Mr. Reed earlier, their last 6 fixtures all are 1-0 either way, literally 1-0 either way. So they're going to be a tough team to beat, and we're going down. Although ironically, it's probably a good thing for us because we'll actually start winning games in the Championship. We always seem to do well in the Championship. Always seem to score goals. Weghorst and Cornet may shine. So if anybody plays that Gaffer game, get on Cornet if he's still at Burnley, which I think he will be. But it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to be taking charge. We've got like the under-23 academy coaches coming in. But, it's not the biggest loss. It's just the timing. They're very similar to Solskjaer, really. The only difference is that he was fired after. How many games was he fired after? 7, 8 games, something like that. I can't even bloody remember. And even then, at the time, we kind of questioned what was going on. I think it was after the.
Yeah. It was it wasn't
a few games after Liverpool beating you 4-0 or whatever it was.
Oh, that was awful. Yeah, I mean, everyone saw it coming, didn't they?
Yeah.
Everyone saw it coming. And I think in the end, he knew it was coming. You could tell he knew it was coming, from the interviews, after the game. But, I mean, it's a bit slightly different. I mean, the culture at United is just, don't want to make it back to United, but I don't think it's the manager.
ABJ saying, with limited resources, should appreciate Dyche more. Yeah, but the football was rubbish. It was terrible. You have to utilise the sources you've got, and he couldn't even do that. That's the problem. He couldn't even utilise the resources that we did have. Like I say, Weghorst was... there's only so much it's the same with Solskjaer, isn't it? There's only so much a coach can do, and it's the players on the pitch that are actually...
Yeah, well, that's what we're seeing now. I mean, it's just the attitude of the players on the pitch at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, Nuclear Atoms is saying, what are you thinking on this 10... I mean, I don't know if it's actually... Is that official that you've got him all?
I don't know. I don't know if it is official at all. I heard somebody talk... I've not been keeping up to date today.
Do you know much about him? I don't have a clue about him, to be honest with you.
No. I don't know anything about him. Ajax. I mean... I imagine he's got, lots of achievements to his name. But I'm not excited. Like, I'm not excited because the same problems are going to still exist at Man United, no matter who they put. You could put Jurgen Klopp as manager of Man United. Or, and the problems are still going to exist on the pitch. Like, you've got players that, quite frankly, don't want to be playing for United, that are putting the United shirt on. They're expected to put a performance in. I'm honestly, I'm not even, until they start. What will get me excited, if a manager comes in, say Ten Hag comes in and he starts listing loads of players, get a big sell off, sell as many players, don't care if we sell them at a loss, just get them gone, start rebuilding. That's what I'll get excited about. What I don't want to see is business as usual at Man United and just players turning up to collect their weekly wages and then just going off again. That's what I don't want to see. Like, players that are, quite frankly, feeling like they're just entitled to behave how they want to behave and they don't have to put a shift in for the club. Don't want to see that anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm numb. I'm numb to it, Steve-O. I'm numb to it. So until big changes happen at United, I'm not going to hold out much hope, no matter who they bring in as manager.
Well, I mean, it's funny you mention that because obviously they have a double game week, and I personally think that Fernandes and Ronaldo are the only two that I'd be going with on a free hit, because a lot of people are.
Whoever comes in needs to be told. Like, whoever comes in at United says, right, you've got permission to go there and clear out the dressing room and do what you want. You've got the backing of the club and the board to do what you need to do in that dressing room. No one player is bigger than the club. So if you identify a player in that dressing room that is causing toxicity and problems, get him gone. That's what I want to see happen at Man United. Ruthless, managerial shuffling going on. Even if it means that we sell players at a loss, I don't care. Get them gone. Because supporters of Man United, watchers that go to Old Trafford, they want to see players putting in a performance and playing to the best. I mean, that's just not Man United. That's every football team. No matter what level you're at, you want to see your players go onto that pitch and put a shift in. You want to see them play to the best of their ability. Can I ask you, has Bruno Fernandes been playing to the best of his ability, Steve-O?
So I can only comment on what I've seen.
Has Paul Pogba been playing to the best of his ability, Steve-O?
I know nothing.
Has Harry Maguire been playing to the best of his ability?
I know
Steve-O?
Ronaldo hasn't.
Well, yeah, but then it's easy. It's easy to single out the big. Ronaldo doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. I don't care what you say. But he's quite obviously pissed off. Like, you can tell he's pissed off. You look at his body language on the pitch. He's pissed off. He's pissed off at his teammates. He ain't going to be, and that's half of the battle. If
Fernandes
you start,
at least looks like he's doing something in the team. He seems to be the only.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, is he playing at the best of his ability? Like some of his passes haven't been on point lately. Like,
well, I actually would argue that actually it's the players that he's passing to can't do anything with the ball when they actually get it given by Fernandes. Like Sancho. I mean, I always agree with Andy Jacobs from sport. Who is he?
Well, I would say the same for Rashford. I mean, Rashford's definitely been in decline.
Well, he missed some sitters. Well, sorry, Pickford was on form the other day, but my goodness, unfortunately, it's a culture now. It's become a culture at United that lazy, like the defenders. The defense has been lazy. The midfield has been non-existent, and the attackers have just been putting their hands on their hips, wondering what's going on and why are we not scoring goals. And it's just a system failing all the way through from the defense to attack. The system is failing all the way through. And I feel sorry for David De Gea, because he's just got not a leg to stand on. He's got no one in front of him doing him any favours at all. Own goals going in left, right, and centre. I don't know. I'm just. Well, so for anybody that's free hitting, I've always said along the lines of get Fernandes and Ronaldo. But what would you say to anything to do with Man United on a free hit?
Don't touch them.
Don't touch him with a barge pole.
No, I wouldn't. I would against Liverpool, mate. Liverpool are gonna like. I'm saying it as it is. Liverpool are gonna make an example out of Man United. They're gonna make an example out of Man United. Like you're gonna see a team that plays as a unit against a team that plays as individuals. You're gonna see attack from the back. You're gonna see defending, well organized defending. You're going to see well drilled midfield passing plays. You're going to see Mohamed Salah absolutely tear Harry Maguire a new one. Like, it's just going to be domination. It's going to be domination. Like, anyone in the chat thinks United are going to get a result against Liverpool on Tuesday. I want to know if anyone in the chat thinks like Liverpool are going to play their reserves. I'll be quiet, Top Tim.
Well, that's the thing. They've got the FA Cup game tomorrow, so whenever they're playing Man City. And
they won't play their reserves. I mean, like, look at Liverpool have got on the bench.
That's the thing. It'd be against Man City. They play quote unquote reserves.
Like, look at it, but even so, like the players that the players that are on United bench against, like, look at the two benches. Like, anyway, we're not gonna win against Liverpool. We'll probably be lucky to score against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Very lucky to score against Liverpool. So if you're playing a free hit to bring in Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes, then you're going to be hiding behind a sofa.
Well, Karma Baby was asking about whether he should play a free hit or not. I looked at his bench and I'm like, you're taking the piss on you. I mean, if I scroll up and up and up and up and up. Serious question: should I bench boost these bench players? Foster, Gordon, Dennis, Kulusevski. No. Karma, that's a joke. I mean, Jason's flaming bench is better than that. Absolute laughable.
Wow, Steve-O's giving me a compliment. Well, I mean, I might get the 16 points back from the bench.
Oh, look at that. Firetog. He's playing his free hit and he's still bringing in United on his free
Norwich
hit
fixture.
Just for the Norwich fixture.
Like, what have you seen from Man United that makes you think that they're going to beat Norwich by more than one goal?
Yeah, I've got that down as a...
Like 1-0?
2-0.
2-0 at a push. Like, I don't know.
I'm telling you now, Newcastle, honestly, against Crystal Palace and Leicester, could genuinely do some damage, could potentially do damage.
So you think I should captain Wood?
I don't want you captaining my player.
Why? I'm about 1 million points behind you, mate. Don't you worry about me.
Do you know who Sai's thinking of bringing in?
Oh, I don't know. Who's he bringing in?
It's either Shah or Stones on his team.
You should bring in Stones then. So I've got Shah.
Yeah, you've gone, like I say, Newcastle. If I could get double defence rather than having Dubravka, I would have got rid of Michael Keane for... No, I wouldn't have. Sorry, I would have got Tierney for Dan Burn, and then I would have doubled up on Newcastle defence. Instead, I got Dubravka. It doesn't really matter. But Chris Wood is tempting against Leicester, who, surprise, surprise, lost 2-1. Sorry, they won 2-1. That's all their scores are, 2-1, 2-1. Newcastle will beat Leicester. And then against Crystal Palace, I see that being quite a high-scoring game. I mean, the form and the fixtures and everything don't suggest it, but I'm expecting that to be quite high-scoring, that particular fixture. You know, you got the likes of Leicester who, you know, the only issue with Leicester is, as people know, it's just the rotation and the fact that you've gone... How certain are you with Maddison captain?
Well, I was at the beginning of the week. Now I'm not so sure.
Because Leicester away from home are terrible.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll look at... I was thinking maybe even like Saka, but then...
Yeah, I've got him as captain now, Saka.
Yeah, I haven't thought. I'll have a think about it. I'll have a think and then just toss a coin. Should we just do the fixtures, dude? Should we look through the fixtures?
Yeah, go for it.
Because, Spurs Brighton, first game, kick-off lunchtime.
In fact, just a quick one. In game week 36, which is when I'm probably going to be... I've written a plan, Jason, again, what I'm doing with my team. And it looks like my plan. Here we are, Si. Listening. My plan is to do free hit for this double game week, game week 36. Mainly because if Man City have the double, and I'll tell you what, mate, Maddison captain at home to Leicester and at home to Norwich. At that point, I'm thinking, Jason, you're onto a winner. It's just the fact they're away from home. They're not great away from home, Leicester. They're poor. So, I mean, in fact, going through it here, as I said the other day on a members video, for the Leicester game against Newcastle, it's suggesting for the form home and away, it's suggesting Newcastle to win 2-1, but the last 6 form is suggesting the other way round. Whereas on the Leicester game against Everton, it's suggesting 1-0 to Everton, and the form last 6, 1-0 to Leicester. But it's a question of whether Maddison plays, starts, all that nonsense. And I think bringing him in was especially for Havertz against Arsenal. There's always something that Andy and Firetog's words stick in my head, which is when a team has got a decent fixture, I'm not going to get rid of that player. And it's why I've kind of like kept certain players, because I'm just like, why would I get
dude, I am happy with my transfers, and not anything you can say to me is going to change my mind. Let's just see how it pans out. Let's just see how Maddison performs. I think we should start with the fixtures. Spurs, Brighton. I think that in this game, I own Son, Kulusevski.
A lot of people are genuinely captaining one of these 3. Son or Kane.
Son or Kane. I think this game's going to be just a simple victory for Spurs, 2-0.
Yeah, Brighton away from home are tough. They seem to be a completely different beast away from home, but they're up against a Tottenham team who they cannot stand playing. Tottenham at home are a complete different animal. And I'm just kind of agreeing with you. I'm expecting 2 or 3. I'll go with, I think, because they're scoring goals, 3-0 to Brighton. Tottenham. I think just because
I was going to say 3-0 to Brighton.
I've got Mopé on the bench.
Put some money on that, mate. If you're that. The guys in the chat have got their predictions coming through. We've got Nuclear Atom saying 4-0 to Spurs. JLo saying 5-0 to Spurs. Mr. Chippy saying 3-1 to Spurs. Ramanathan saying 2-1 to Spurs. No one's saying Brighton to win. Brighton
are going to score against Tottenham, who are keeping clean sheets.
Maybe because they don't only need Tottenham defenders, and they don't want people to. But 2-2 says Jassim. Oh, interesting. But maybe he's a Brighton fan. Man United versus Norwich. Okay, here we go. 1-0.
I'll go one more. I'm going to go 2-0. But you know what? I can see potentially a Ronaldo hat-trick in this, but I'm going to go 2-0, Jace.
Where from? Where are you going to... Where have you seen that? Where have you got this idea?
Because Norwich are just terrible. That's it. That's the only reason. Norwich are just so bad that I can see Man United taking advantage of that particular fixture.
Okay, well, people in chat saying 2-0 United, ABJ, 3-0 United said Night Shift, 4-0 says One Life Soccer. How you doing, buddy? 1-0 Sancho goal. About right. So that'd be right. 2-1 United says Matthew Yaziashi. 4-0 and another broken up phone for Ronaldo. Yeah, so I think 1-0 on that one. Southampton, Arsenal.
Such a tough game to call. Southampton are completely out of form at the moment, along with Arsenal. But I always look at my notes at this point and just kind of like have a general brief overview of what the form and the fixtures and all that nonsense is saying. And it's all in categorical favour of Arsenal, suggesting a pretty... What's the joke?
I could put reactions on it. It's quite funny.
What do you call it? a pretty confident win for Arsenal. The way Southampton are at the moment, I would not be surprised if Arsenal were to finally start winning again. Arsenal away from home aren't actually that bad, to be fair. The history, I'm looking at it here. We've got 2-2, 2-0, 1-1, 1-0, 3-1, 3-0. It looks like it's going to be quite a high score, I'm afraid, top 10 for Arsenal. I'm probably going to go 2-1, though, to Arsenal, Jace.
2-1 to Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Southampton are going to score, mate. I'm going to go 2-0 to Arsenal away from home.
Clean sheet.
Yeah, clean sheet, mate. They have to. I've got White. Ramsdale.
God. It's not suggesting a clean sheet. In fact, there's only been 3 clean sheets in the last 6. 2 of them for Arsenal, 1 for Southampton. The last 4, Arsenal have won 2, drawn 1, and Southampton have got a win, and that was at Southampton. But I'd expect Arsenal.
Oh yeah, I've got Brozier, but I don't think he's going to do anything.
It's useless.
Yeah. Watford versus Brentford. Ooh, what a game! I've got a goalie playing in that one.
Brentford have got to win this.
No, it's 0-0.
Well, I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me a 0-0, but Watford are so bad at home, and the way Brentford are playing at the moment, they're the informed team. I think you said 3-0. I'm going to go.
We're going to laugh at Steve-O.
Why?
I'm putting emojis on you.
Oh, I'm going to go. To hell with it. 3-0 Brentford again.
Oh, you're joking. He's lost the plot. He's lost the plot.
No, the goals are just going.
This is my reaction to that chat.
One Life Soccer saying I've got 2 tickets for the Watford Brentford game.
Oh.
Well, you'll be enjoying that, One Life Soccer, because I'm telling you now, Watford, no chance. No chance in that game. They're just so bad. I mean, I think they're conceding 3 goals a home game. If it was away from home, it might be different, but it's the fact that they're at home, ironically. And yeah.
Well, 4-0 Brentford. Oh, don't know about that.
Watford are terrible. They are terrible.
Foster's going to keep a clean sheet. He's going to have 20 saves. Anyway, my predictions are no way influenced by my FPL team. I just want to point that out. Newcastle Leicester Sunday afternoon.
According to the Leicester correspondent or whatever on Twitter, Leicester to make wholesome changes, and guess what, Jace? He's not thinking Maddison plays. He thinks it's going to be like 7-8 changes, possibly.
Not too late to use my free hit.
I think you will play your free hit. I genuinely think if I do the what did the Rivals do stream tomorrow, I genuinely think you would have played your free hit.
Bring Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes in for their 4 points.
Yeah. You'll have Chris Wood, double Newcastle defence. You'll have Son, Kane.
Right, okay.
Up top.
Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to talk about this. Right.
But Newcastle Leicester, I've got it as I think I'm going to go with the.
Stop trying to influence me, Steve-O. It's not working.
I think I'm going to go with a. It's going to be tight. I wouldn't be surprised if it ended 1-1. I'm going to go with a 2-1 to.
Please tell me you're covering the game when Madison gets benched. Oh, sod off. Right. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
I think I'm going to go 2-1.
Okay.
2-1 to Newcastle. Just
2-2.
Yeah, honestly, genuinely, I wouldn't be surprised.
Madison brace, Wood brace. No, but no, that would be ideal. But no, I think 2-2 could happen.
At the end of the day, I mean, I always just go on like not my gut, but just the basic facts, and it's just that Leicester away from home are really low down in the table. They're like
3,500 likes. If we get 3,500 likes, I will free hit.
Yeah, Leicester have won 3 games away from home, drawn 4, lost 7, scored 19, conceded 28. Whereas Newcastle, on the other hand, at home, they're tight. They do pretty well. They draw a lot, so I would not be surprised with a 1-1. 1-5, drawn 6, only lost 4. Last 4 fixtures, they've won 4 in a row. And they're all pretty tight, like a goal in it, 2-1, 1-0. Well, there we are. So there's been 2 1-0s, a 2-1 and a 3-1. They're up against Leicester. Honestly, if it ended 1-0 Newcastle, 1-1, something like that, I would not be surprised. But Leicester can't keep clean sheets. So, yeah, that's why I'm expecting it to be a very, very, very tight fixture. You going to speak?
Yeah, someone's just sent me something, and I was fixated by it. I'll have to look at that in a bit. Sorry, yeah. We're on West Ham Burnley now, aren't we? Christ. West Ham versus Burnley.
Yeah, again.
What's the damage?
I don't think there's going to be too much damage. I expect West Ham to win. I think this is going to be a dire game. Could we put up a, new manager bounce? People are playing for the new manager. No. West Ham 2-0. 2-0. Simple victory.
I think that I think Burnley, I mean, they might surprise. They might get a goal. I'm going to go 2-1 to the West Ham.
If ironically, if Dice was still here, I would probably go 2-1. I think we'd probably score, but it's just West Ham's quality will come through. And
maybe, yeah.
I just expect that West Ham, they're so good at home. They're so good at home, West Ham. Yeah, 2-0. Go on then. It's the big one on Tuesday. This is massive.
3-1 Liverpool.
Oh, you're giving United a goal.
Yeah, might end up being one of those, just a mistake maybe from Liverpool. Could even be a penalty. Wouldn't be surprised if penalty or something happens. But yeah, I think just 3-1, and that's because I'm equally wouldn't be surprised if it's 2-0.
I mean, I said on stream the other day, Liverpool are going to batter them if they perform anything like they did against Everton. Last two, in fact,
no chance we're going to perform.
Last 3 fixtures, Liverpool have scored 11 goals against you. You scored 5. High scoring 3-2 at Old Trafford. They beat you 4-2. They then beat you 5-0. At their place, it's not really that high scoring. 0-0, 2-0. Last 4 there's actually been at your place actually, and there's also a 1-1 in there at Old Trafford. You lot are solid enough to keep them down to quite a low scoring. I'm just going to go 2-0. 2-0 to Liverpool. Be a professional job. Get the win out the way. Because you lot defensively, despite what people may say, it's not like you get absolutely battered. I think it's just got 2-0 written all over. Maybe 2-1, but 2-0 to Liverpool. Hopefully Salah would destroy him.
Yeah, I'm not holding up any hope. Chelsea versus Arsenal, a game where you're suggesting that Arsenal are going to get goals conceded against. So I would say that you're going to go with a Chelsea win. I'm going to say, oh God, this is a tough one.
I don't think Chelsea are going to batter them, but the way
what,
they're
1-0 to. Oh, God, I want to say Arsenal, but realistically, I would say Chelsea 1-0.
Ironically, Chelsea at home, they're good, but they don't.
0-0 would be amazing.
Yeah, they don't seem to be getting results. It depends what happens in the FA Cup, of course, where they're playing Crystal Palace. And honestly, I would not be shocked if, don't get me wrong, Chelsea in cup competitions are freaks of nature, and they perform. I couldn't believe they were knocked out of the Champions League. But their next fixture will be on Sunday, so they've got a good breaks in between. And this is a big, big fixture. I would expect Chelsea to pull through in a professional job. I expect Arsenal to score, though. I'm going to go 2-1 to Chelsea, though.
Everton, Leicester. So, I need to turn my phone off. I'm getting messages for work. This is my life. This is my life now. I get updates from work because a lot of the people I work with are based in America, so this is like their sort of peak time. So yeah, I'm going to go Everton, Leicester. I'm going to say with them, Leicester are going to win. I think it's going to be 1-0 Leicester. 1-0 Leicester. Thoughts, Steve-O?
Do you know what? Yeah.
Hey, we agree.
Again, it wouldn't surprise me.
There we go. Let's put a thumbs up.
Results like Arsenal are going to beat Chelsea. It would surprise me, but things like Leicester winning 1-0 away at a team which just can't defend. I know they did against against Man United, but the reality being is that Man United really should have scored in the opening 10 minutes. Leicester's fixtures are just thick and fast. Rodgers is going to take everything seriously. Their last 4-5 fixtures, 1 drawn, 1-1. It is basically every 3 days. The only time they've got a break is between, ironically, their game against Roma. So Leicester and Aston Villa takes place, and then they've got a 5-day break in between that, and then they've got I don't know if it's been cancelled or not, I don't have a clue, but then they're playing Tottenham apparently 2 days later, but I don't think that'll be happening. But the point being is that their fixtures are coming quick and fast, and I'd expect this again, like with the Newcastle game, to be very, very tight, and I'd probably do the reverse score and go with
Everton 1.
No, 2-1 to Leicester. I think 2-1
Oh,
to
right,
Leicester.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm looking at it here. This is Leicester's last 10-ish results. 2-0, 1-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-1, 1-1, 0-0, 2-1, 2-1. You know, they don't exactly score many, but they don't concede many either. Everton don't really score any goals. So, yeah, honestly, 1-0 to Leicester would not shock me whatsoever.
Oh, well, I think that we can safely move on to the Newcastle Crystal Palace game. We've got Ray Joyce that's renewed his membership. Thanks, Ray. Cheers, buddy. How's it going, mate? Replacing Rafinha, Maddison, or replacing Rafinha, Maddison, or Cornet?
I think he's saying I'm replacing Rafinha for Maddison or Cornet. That's what I think he's saying.
Well, replacing Rafinha, Maddison, or Cornet, better punt. Maddison.
They're all rubbish.
No, Maddison, mate.
I'd probably go, just from his own personal point of view, I'd expect Maddison because he plays in the better team, Ray. But reality being is that they're both terrible picks.
Oh, come on. It's because he doesn't own him. That's the reason he's saying it.
From a biased point of view, Cornet's got, in my opinion...
Let's mute him. Shall I mute him, chat?
The better fixture against Southampton.
Don't listen to him. Right. Thank you again, Ray. I appreciate that.
Cheers, dude.
We've got, where were we? Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. Boom, boom, boom. Newcastle are in town. They're going to destroy Crystal Palace. I'm going to go with a wood brace. 2-0.
Yeah,
Could be 3.
I don't know about that. Newcastle don't exactly score many goals. Let me just quickly look at the history between these two fixtures. It's looking like it's going to be a very low scoring game. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. Well, in fact, the last two fixtures is the last time, literally the only times two teams have scored in both. Prior to that, there's been 2 victories for Newcastle, 2 for Crystal Palace, and 3 of them have ended 1-0 either way. And it looks like it's more profitable for the away team. So based on that, it's suggesting a 1-0 or a 2-1 to Crystal Palace.
No chance.
I think I'm going to go, Jace, with a 2-2 in this fixture. Maybe even a 1-1.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think in the score predictor game, I'm probably going to go down the 2-1 home victories to Newcastle. But honestly, this game's tougher than against Leicester. This game could really end up being a 1-1, really. Crystal Palace are, my basic understanding from what I remember is away from home. They're not that bad. In fact, they're actually...
they'll be bad in this game.
Against Newcastle, come on.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Crystal Palace away from home, just briefly. Yeah, they don't really win games, but they've drawn 6 and lost 6.
JLo's saying 3-0 to Palace.
No, Newcastle don't. They're good at home.
No,
I think they can. Do you know what? I'm going to go 1-1, Jace.
Okay, there we go.
I'm going to go 1-1.
And then we've got Man City versus Brighton. I think we can both agree that's going to be at least 2 goals to Man City.
4-0. 4-0.
4-0? You don't play for Man City?
4-0.
4-0. Okay, well, I'm going to go one less. I'm going to go 3-0.
Last fixtures in this game.
Burnley, Southampton.
Boom. The history in this specific game. In non-chronological, we'll go in chronological order. Brighton 1, Man City 4, Brighton 3, Man City 2, Man City 1, Brighton 0, Brighton 0, Man City 5, Man City 4, Brighton 0, Brighton 1, Man City 4. So on 4 occasions out of the last 6, Man City have scored 4 or more goals against Brighton, keeping clean sheets in 3 of the games, 2 of them being at home.
I ain't got any Man City players.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be taking the hit to be bringing in Cancelo, I think.
Really? Not De Bruyne?
He's injured.
Is he out?
He's not out, but apparently got stitches in his leg.
When was this?
In the Champions League game. He limped off with Walker as well. I don't know the extent.
I thought it was Foden that got hacked.
No, he got a bash to the head by his own. I think it was his own player.
It was Zinchenko, wasn't it?
I don't know who it was, but certainly.
Anyway, that was a really fiery game. Saw the highlights of that.
I think that against Brighton is going to be a pretty.
Yeah, a little bit different.
A bit of a different.
A little bit different atmosphere in that game. Yeah,
and it's going to be a different team as well from what Man City played.
I didn't have any. I didn't know that De Bruyne limped off.
Yeah.
All right.
He should be fine.
They didn't show that in the highlights.
Again, someone in chat will know a lot more than me.
Fair enough. Anyway, so you say 4-0, I say 3-0. Burnley, Southampton.
Because Southampton are so... They've got the better attacking players. 2-1 to Southampton. Maybe even 3-1. Could be a high-scoring 3-2.
You're going to say 2-1 Southampton?
Maybe even 3-1, 3-2. Yeah. Genuinely. Who's
going to score for Southampton? 3 goals.
You've got the likes of Ward-Prowse, Brozier, Adams. Because Sai's got Livramento and Adams. You just know Adams is going to turn.
Right, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I'm gonna go 1-1.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Could you imagine if we stayed up and Dyche?
That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Who's the caretaker manager?
It's the under 20. I don't have. To be honest, I don't have a clue. It's the under 23s, the academy.
Right. Okay.
The academy guy's taken over apparently. So I am.
Cool.
Like I say, he's just going to keep it simple.
Yeah.
And he'll play McNeil. I don't think he plays Weghorst. I think he plays McNeil, Vidra, and Cornet. And he's against West Ham. They're gonna.
Hang on, you say he's not going to play Weghorst?
I don't think he starts. No, I think Vidra starts. He's looked really good when he's come on.
Signing. I thought Weghorst was that signing. Yeah, that marquee signing for you.
We all did, and since then, done absolute naffle.
Oh dear.
Pretty poor, to be honest with you.
New manager bounce. You never know. Yeah, no, you need a new manager yet. Mike Jackson is under 23 coach with Ben Mee as assistant coach. There you go.
The joke's extremely weak. You'd have to be at least aged 30 to even understand that joke. And even then, it's
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay.
Do you want to look at, in all seriousness, do you want to look at the Super Cup? Because you can bring it all up on screen and everything, and we are in the final.
Well, I'm not in the final.
Well, I know you're not, but we're in the
Neither
last.
Are you.
The last 8, isn't it?
16.
Should be the last 8. I know that Late Riser is up against FPL Mate. I know that much.
Well, he's not going to stand a chance, is he? FPL Mate's just going crazy this year, isn't he? Everything's getting everything right. Where is it here? Super Cup. Let me bring it up on the screen.
Yeah, because I know people obviously take the Super Cup, especially the guys that are still part of it.
Right, here we go. Bit of the Super Cup. Right.
I don't know if you can, but you may even be able to bring up their teams.
Is it updated?
It should have done. The fact that I can even access it means that you should be able to access it. I'd like to think. I'm using
32, round 16.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. It's in the last. It says the finals. It's in the
I'm in the final. Oh, it wasn't there. There it is. There. Sorry. Yeah. There. I see. Yeah. Match 25, 26, 27, 28. There we go. Here we go. So we got the Lost Guy up against Dara B. Vijay Gar versus Matty T. Gabriel Derop up against Davey P. Let me just move this over a little bit so you can see. And FPL Mate versus Late Riser. My money's on FPL Mate.
Well, Late Riser, amazingly, Captain Salah last week. He's been doing really, really well. Really well. Prior to last week, he was like 1.5k or whatever it is. And he's been doing really, really well. Of course, FPL Mate's been doing exceptionally well. Mate just kind of like pulling out of the bag regarding his picks and everything. So it's going to be a very interesting.
Of course, like the winners of Darren B, Lost Guy, are going to be facing one of Matty T or Vijay Garv.
Davey FPL is another one that just seems to
Hang on. Where does it say the winner of? Is it Firetog? Is it the winner of 25-26 goes up to match 29? Is that how it's working? Do you know that, Steve?
Fire Talk is here now.
Fire Talk, you help me out with
that? I'm sure he can clarify this, but it's Davey FPL always seems to have an exceptional end to the season. He's 7,000th in the world at the moment, doing so well. I know when he was on his stream earlier, he's making his decisions in the last minute.
Yes, it is. Right, okay, cool. So that makes sense. So yeah, so VJ Garth, Matty, so the winner of VJ Garth and Matty T will be up against Lost Guy and Dara B. And then Davey FPL, Davey FPL up against Gabriel de Rop. The winner of that will be facing Late Rise or FPL Mate. So wow, could be a all content creator final or certainly semi-final.
Yeah.
Between those two in match 30. It's weird, isn't it, how the content creators have kind of bundled up, apart from obviously Gabriel Zarot on the one side. It's good actually, because it means that it should, in the semi-finals, it'll be community members in one group, and there'll be most likely, well, there will be at least one content creator in the other group, in the other match, in match 30, meaning that there's still a chance that it'll be an all community member final.
It is a possibility, yeah.
If Gabriel Derop beats Davey P and one of Late Rise or FPL Mate. So there's a chance it could be an all community member final. So yeah, cool.
I wonder if these guys are taking that more seriously than their overall ranks, because I know that Buffy, he took the Super Cup when he won it, didn't he, Buffy?
Yeah.
And he took it more seriously than.
Well, certainly, if I was in the position where Gabriel Derop is right now, I would be screwing. I'd be screwing like. Well, I speak for myself because I'm doing awfully at the moment in FPL, but I certainly would be taking it serious. Like the Super Cup would be my priority right now if I was still in it, definitely. But yeah, that'd be interesting to see this week who comes out on top. We'll know when we look at the semi-finals.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, on that note, Steve-O, are we going to be doing any matches this weekend?
Depending on what the weather's like tomorrow, but I'm almost certainly going to be. Well, I may do the 3 p.m. kickoffs tomorrow.
Right.
Because there's 3 of them, and they contain Man United and Arsenal.
I might just jump in on Discord with you, if that's all right. And
yeah,
have a chat.
If I'm doing it, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, if you're doing it, yeah. I'll keep message me if you're going to go live.
And there's a small chance again on Sunday.
On Tuesday night. Oh no, I've got a bloody meeting. So there's a possibility I can come in at half time on Tuesday night.
I don't know if I'll be streaming it or not. I don't really have much interest in it. But I do, but not to stream. But certainly Wednesday. Wednesday is an absolute.
Okay, well, scrap Tuesday because United are going to get battered and I'm just going to be in a bad mood. So
it all depends. I mean, like
Wednesday, we'll play it by ear on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we'll look at doing something.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm almost certainly definitely going to be. Well, I am definitely going to be doing those games on Wednesday, no matter what.
All right.
So that should be cool. Brilliant.
Cool. All right, I need to shoot now. So have you got any closing words that you want to share with myself or the community?
Just going to be fascinated to see what the rivals do, because there's so many people free hitting. So I'm more obviously from a selfish point of view, I'm more interested to see what happens in the Torbay Elite, because Sai's got no chips left.
You think I should free hit?
Boost. Yes.
We have to wait and see. Have a good one, guys.
I think you are free hitting.
Have a good one, guys. Have a good one, Steve-O.
Goodbye, all.